Welcome to Spectrum News. I am Rachel David White, coming to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State. Let's take a look at the headlines. President Tinubu seeks Senate confirmation of 10 INEC recs. Senate launches fresh probe into Naira redesign. Plus, Bolivia severs diplomatic ties with Israel over Gaza war. We'll bring you details of the stories and many more in a moment. We begin the news this afternoon with Nigeria's leader, President Bola Tinubu, who has asked the Senate to screen and confirm 10 new resident electoral commissioners for a term of 5 years. The president's request was contained in a letter read by the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, at plenary. According to the letter, Tinubu asked the Senate to give his request expeditious consideration. Recall that the new regs were appointed last week to serve in the Independent National Electoral Commission. Meanwhile, President Tinubu has hinted that the challenges prevailing the solid mineral sector will be a thing of the past, as his administration is determined to tackle the difficulties inhibiting the ease of doing business in the sector. He also assured those interested in investing in Nigeria that his government was determined to create a conducive atmosphere for genuine businesses to thrive. Tinubu made this known at the second edition of the African National Resources and Energy Investment Summit in Abuja. He warned that government would no longer tolerate criminal adventures and their criminal collaborators. According to him, the government would do everything possible to lower the risk of investment by overcoming the temptation to interfere in the legitimate business operation of duly licensed miners. From the red chambers, the Senate has launched a fresh investigation into the printing of new Naira notes produced by Nigerian Security Printing and Minting Company last year. The move to probe the printing of new notes was raised by the senator representing Edo North Senatorial District, Adams Oshomole, a member of a committee who demanded documents detailing the printing of the new notes. Recall that the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, had said it redesigned all major Naira notes, including 100, 200, 500, and 1,000 Naira notes, and will by December 2022 commence circulation. From the Green Chambers, the House of Representatives Committee on Aviation Technology has expressed its readiness to work hard to revive the nation's aviation sector. The committee's chairman, Thomas Eriotomi, stated these at the inaugural meeting of the committee in Abuja. The task before the committee, has said, is to come up with enabling laws that will reposition the sector for the good of Nigeria and Nigerians. According to him, the quality of members of the committee shows the seriousness the House leadership attaches to the committee, and the expectation is high. He added that the committee is charged with overseeing the air safety services at airports, schools, and aviation institutions, meteorological services, annual budget estimates, and the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology. Away from that, the Minister of Interior, Olubumitun Jojo, has said that he has been in talks with the Nigeria Salaries and Wages Commission to upgrade the salaries of paramilitary officers to be on par with the personnel of Nigeria Police Force (NPF). A statement signed by the Director of Press Ministry of Interior, Ajibola Afonja, revealed that the minister stated this during an interview with journalists in Abuja. He also said that Like the military, the federal government was considering the establishment of a pension board for personnel of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Federal Fire Service, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, and the Nigeria Correctional Service. According to him, the paramilitary personnel deserves an improvement in their salaries as well as pension board due to the hazards involved in their duties. On electoral matters, the resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission, Gabriel Longpet, has disclosed that 108,000 registered voters will not vote during the November 11th governorship election in Kogi State. Longpet said the figure represents the number of registered voters who did not show up during the 4-week window INEC opened for the collection of permanent voter cards (PVCs) during the last collection exercise, which lasted from September 10th to October 9th, 2023. The Kogi Reg further revealed that as part of close of collection date on October 9th, only 20,000 PVCs had been collected out of outstanding 128,000 are collected before the general election of February 2023. Back here, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Omoina yesterday reiterated his commitments to running an inclusive, transparent and accountable government while also assuring of his determination to the total execution of his Arise agenda in order to better the lot of the common people. The governor gave the assurance in his speech at the 12th Chief edition of the Chief Emeka Anyaku Lecture Series on Good Governance with the theme Imperative of Good Governance in Nigeria. Commended the organizers of the event for seeking knowledge and for immortalizing the name of one of the nation's great leaders, Chief Anyaku. Governor Ino, who used the occasion to announce that all is set for the flag off of the One Project Pay local government exercise, further explained that he will use the period of 6 months to execute each project work local government and by so doing ensure that within his first 2 years in office, each local government will be able to boast of 4 major life-touching projects in their areas. Earlier, the Honorary Chief Emeka Anyaku had appreciated Governor Ino for accepting to host the event. According to him, he affirmed their choice of Akwa Ibom as a host due to the impressive performance Governor Ino has had in his 5 months in office, stressing that the governor's investment in education and his Arise agenda plan was commendable. Government House correspondent Jane Owa reports that the event featured lecturers and keynote speakers who all reiterated that good governance is a tool for a progressive society. In the meantime, Akwa Ibom State Government yesterday unveiled a comprehensive plan to celebrate the 2023 Christmas. Unveiling the month-long plan at the Ibom Icon Hotel and Golf Resort Uyo, the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Charles Udor, said the 2023 edition of the Christmas Park, formerly Christmas Village, will hold from Friday, December 1st, 2023 through Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024 at the Unity Park, Udodoma Avenue, Uyo. He assured that the event was carefully engineered to showcase the entrepreneurial drive of Governor Omoina, as well as ensure that Akwa Ibom becomes more marketable. The Commissioner further hinted that the 2023 edition of the annual Carol Festival, slated for December 15th at the Unity Park, has as its theme Arise, Shine, for the light has come, drawn from Isaiah chapter 60 verse 1, and will be streamed live on social handles of the government. He explained that the month-long celebration will offer each local government area selected alphabetically the opportunity to display its talent and unique features while celebrating international days that would be marked in the course of the celebrations. In a goodwill message, the Commissioner for Information, Ini Ememebong, who is also a member of the Events Planning Committee, assured of his ministry's readiness to partner the Ministry of Culture and Tourism and other stakeholders of the event to ensure all-round success. And now to Africa, where United States, U.S. has said that it will benefit under the African Growth and Opportunity Act (AGOA) program following an eligibility review. The U.S. Trade Office said the reinstatement will be done in January next year after the Northwest African country made substantial and measurable progress on worker rights and eliminating forced labor. Mauritania's reinstatement follows U.S. President Joe Biden's announcement to terminate the AGOA benefit for Gabon, Niger, Uganda, and the Central African Republic, CAR. Reports say the trade benefits were suspended in 2019 following concerns over workers' rights violations in Mauritania. And still, the city of Kidal vacated by the United Nations UN peacekeepers. The Tuareg coalition claimed victory on social media, saying it was in control of the Kidal base. Reports say it was the third and last camp to be evacuated by the mission in the Kidal region, which has been hit by jihadist and separatist violence. Meanwhile, the UN mission in Mali, MINUSMA, said it ended its presence in Kidal in a hurry after its last convoy of peacekeepers suffered two explosive attacks on the way to Goa, another key town in the north. On the foreign scene, Bolivia has cut diplomatic ties with Israel over what it describes as aggressive and disproportionate military actions in Gaza. The Deputy Foreign Minister, Freddy Mamani, said Bolivia called for a ceasefire and would be supplying the blockaded Gaza Strip with aid. Reports say Bolivia is the first Latin American country to cut ties with Israel over the war. And still on the foreign scene, protesters calling for a ceasefire in Gaza have interrupted U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken during the Senate hearing. The Secretary Blinken and U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin testified about the White House's $106 billion national security funding request, which includes $14.3 billion to support Israel's military efforts against Hamas. Reports say numerous people stood in the crowd and repeatedly yelled ceasefire now, which resulted to the suspension of the hearing by lawmakers. Still to come in the news, Ajibade shines as Nigeria beats Ethiopia 4-0 in 2024 Olympic qualifier. Just stay with us.
Business exists only to meet the needs of the people. But there's an extra advantage if your product and services are pitched on a platform that gives you the added advantage over your competitors. For your desired return on investment and so much more, Advertise on Spectrum Television, on StarTime's DTH Channel 421 and on free-to-air with a frequency of 12733. Spectrum Television, broadening your horizon.
Welcome back and many thanks for staying with us. Over now to our business news. On our business news.